WEMF listeners to another episode of Leave Me Alone. Yes, that's right. This is the Friday the 13th, 2017 Leave Me Alone special episode. We're going to be covering a lot of interesting things here today on this Friday the 13th evening. We're going to be talking about Randy Quaid again. We're going to be talking about balloon cities, and we might just watch a very shocking video about an encounter with a witch. So Herb, can you introduce this video that we're about to watch? I have not seen this. It says here on YouTube that this is an extremely shocking video. Yeah, man. Its source of origin is somewhere in the Middle East, and it is supposed to be a witch. It is a video of a witch attack on a dude. So I want to warn all of you WEMF listeners, if you have sensitive ears, this is an extremely shocking video of a witch attack on a dude somewhere in the Middle East. I have not seen it before. It may scare me senseless. I may run out of the studio. The show might end before it even begins. But, you know, we'll find out. Are you ready, Herb?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. It's pretty dark so far. It looks like a road. You can't see much. Kind of a low resolution phone video, I think.
That guy does sound distressed, though.
Yeah, he sounds. Oh man, there's something in the distance. There's a figure approaching. Oh shit! What is that? What the fuck?
Yeah, right?
Whoa, weird. It is moving in a very strange way, whatever it is.
It's funny that he just keeps he's in a car and he's facing this thing and he keeps backing up in his car. I would have tried to ran it over.
Yeah, I don't know. What? Now he's going toward it a little bit. It looks like it's got a walking stick.
Oh, he's scared.
Oh my god, he's moving back. What? That is really weird looking.
Oh, that is weird, man.
He's just in the Jeep. He's in the road. This thing is on the road. Wearing some kind of white robe.
Oh, look at the way it moves, man.
Yeah. Why he keeps going forward and then back? He doesn't seem to know what to do.
He should have ran that thing over.
What if it's just like an old woman who's deformed or something, though?
And it's asking for help?
Yeah.
Oh,
my god, that is weird looking, though.
It just keeps coming. It just keeps coming towards him.
He's backing up. Holy shit.
Got speed.
Oh my god. Dude. Oh my god.
What is he saying?
Oh shit, I don't know. I mean, I wish I knew what language it was and we could translate it, but it doesn't matter what the language is because you can feel the way he's reacting.
It turned away.
Oh my god. It keeps coming. Oh, it's going fast. What? Oh my god. Whoa. Herb, what would you do if you saw this thing?
Oh man, I would charge at it.
Oh, when it's going off the road now. Where's it going? Just running away?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh god. He's like turning his lights toward it again. It stops.
Alright, so the country this is from is Saudi Arabia.
This is from Saudi Arabia. Whoa. Oh shit, he's getting the hell out of there. Wow. That was something else, man.
That was really shocking.
Yeah. That was an extremely shocking video.
What would you do if you ran into this?
I don't know. It's what do you think would happen if you approached it? You know?
Yeah, like I don't know.
Definitely the way it's moving seems like it's so eerie, so uneasy. It makes you uneasy. It's uncanny. I don't know. And you were saying earlier, you were questioning whether we should actually watch this on air. What was the quote that you said?
Well, like it's like the old Mothman prophecy thing, you know, where they say like when you start paying attention to these like crypto like things, you know, they when you pay attention to them, they pay attention to you, man. It's like Ghost.
Oh man.
Yeah. So this like witch is, you know, we're broadcasting the existence of this witch, and now it knows that we're.
So what does it stop one of these things from coming into this studio?
Oh, don't say that. Well, that'll be awful.
Or maybe later, on the way home.
On the way home, yeah, dude.
Yeah. Damn. I don't know. Well, to change gears slightly, I wanted to read a nice quote here that I found in this book called The War of Art. Pretty good book. Written by the guy who wrote The Legend of Bagger Vance, which I've never read and don't know much about. Other than there was like a Will Smith movie that was based on it. But there's a quote in here. It's by W.H. Murray, he was from the Scottish Himalayan expedition. So I guess from a Scottish guy who went to the Himalayas. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. At the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would not otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance which no man would have dreamed would come his way. I have learned a deep respect for one of Goethe's couplets. Whatever you can do, or dream you can, begin with it. Boldness has genius, magic, and power in it. Begin it now.
Cool.
So, there's that. But, yeah, I went to a very interesting event at MIT earlier today, because every now and again I like to try to sneak into MIT events that are probably not even designed for me, that are supposed to be for the students, and just like go in there, because I know that like everybody's going to be too polite to ask, like, you know, whether I'm a student or not, even if I don't look like one. Or maybe they actually don't care that I'm there. I'm not really sure. It's kind of hard to tell. But anyway, this event was led. This was a lecture by an older, kind of grandma-like Italian woman. And her name, I'm going to butcher this name, but her name was Lodovica Ilari. And she was a meteorologist who was working on this project about solar balloons with some guy who I think might also be Italian, who wants to build solar balloon cities in the sky. Like he wants to have, like, solar balloons are these balloons that float, I guess, because of hot air from the sun. I don't know, her accent was very thick, so I was not completely understanding the science behind it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and play part of a video of the guy talking about balloon cities in the sky. Because I knew nothing about this before I went to it. And I only know the meteorologist woman's perspective.
Or the articulation of something, or the composition of something. This means you can talk about
so here's the other guy.
Music, architecture of a spider web, architecture of a computer system, and I think so the role of architecture is not only limited of the science of making buildings, which in my case I love to make a building who fly.
He wants to make a flying building.
I'm Tomás Terceno. I'm an artist and live on the planet Earth still. If I would have known what artist, I'm not being an artist anymore. I do not anticipate so much what I do or what I think. I'm somebody who tries to build something. So art also maybe can try to say something which we don't know what is yet. I was born in Argentina, and then my parents were not allowed to live in Argentina because there was a dictatorship period. And this means they were forced to exile. And from 1 to 11, I was living in Italy. And then for me, I was an Italian boy, right? And my parents said, oh, we will go back to Argentina. Back where? You know what I mean?
Argentinian Italian.
I was always in a place where somehow was not belonging somehow. But, you know, I always feel like this kind of political division or nationality was something which is not so well fitting to me. And by the way, also, I like to travel a lot. Does it mean I always thought that it would be interesting to try to challenge in the way of how nation and borders and this division we inhabit today on the planet Earth. It's kind of maybe like metaphorically and also kind of a different way of thinking, but I'm really engaged on trying to start to build this kind of flying city.
This is kind of interesting. I don't know if this guy is like a...
He's a kind of a long-term project of trying to...
I don't know if he's a charlatan.
Basically, we are here.
I mean, he's apparently a trained architect.
Say, like they call the planet Earth as a spaceship Earth.
I would love to have to like visit Balloon City.
Speed.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a very whimsical idea.
I'm speculating.
I'm pretty sure that maybe I have these vague memories of the children's animated cartoon series Tailspin.
Yeah.
Was there like a guy who lived inside of a floating balloon city or something like that on that show?
I can't remember that show too well.
The history of humanity have been built only 8. I built one of them, luckily.
But
and I'm trying to promote this very
apparently the French version of NASA did put one of these balloons up in the sky, and it was up there for 72 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is the flying.
So the woman today was showing us
like this, and then
they built like a simulator kind of thing, which shows you a globe of the Earth, and it has meteorological predictions for the next 16 days on it, or 14 days or something like that, 2 weeks. So you can like select a spot on the Earth from where you want to launch the balloon and see where it would go. Or try to like predict where it would go, like how it would fly around the Earth.
Wow, so Balloon City would be like in a constant move?
Well, I guess so. I mean, it sounds like they want to make these things with no real control on them, because they wanted to like not have any environmental impact whatsoever. So I guess it would just kind of float around with the winds. I guess she was saying at night, because it gets colder, it would drop down 10 kilometers, and during the day it would go up 10 kilometers.
When I usually always end kind of old studios, and somehow
that's actually pretty cool.
Always it happened at a very, very old
Balloon City,
which always fascinate me. When cosmologists or astrophysicians were trying to explain how.
But I guess what I was thinking is, and I didn't get a chance to ask her this because they ended the event kind of early.
And the geometrical.
But what if they put some like solar panels and some propellers on there? They fed it all this meteorological data, and they built some kind of algorithm. They would like subtly adjust where the balloon was going to have it like most efficiently follow the wind, or like move from one stream of wind into another or something.
Yeah. And like
it would go in this like sort of like swirling pattern toward its destination.
There's always kind of a connection.
More, being more effective at like picking up the sun power or whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
The movement one to each other.
I'm liking this. I'm liking this idea.
Basically, it's kind of a very huge surface, which at the same time are 3 surfaces.
We need a floating city as well, man.
Now, when there are 2 people in the upper layer, they press.
Maybe WEMF radio could be the first radio station to broadcast from a floating city.
In the same space, they curve space and time much more. And this
we should see what Crespo thinks about that later.
Which is then at the end is very difficult.
Try to make it happen.
It plays a lot with this.
Balloon City won't be the same without WEMF on it.
To communicate with one to each other. and how much
gonna need some culture up there.
If you get too much clothes, then you get trapped, and then you get into this kind of social.
They're gonna need social conditioning.
Difficult.
They're gonna need the social conditioning wrap-up show.
Oh yeah.
To each other.
They're gonna need
the perception of the other person.
Steve Me Alone up there.
Alone.
And every of your
They're gonna need the Tyrone Zone with Tyrone Jones.
The responsibility also.
They're gonna need Killing Me with Kyleness.
In the way how you.
Gonna need the Young Jerks and all the rest, you know.
Yeah.
I'm always inspired to things that I see or hear, and also consider myself as a permanent student. You know, when you go to a museum and say, "Oh, are you a student?" I say, "Of course," you know, and I hope so. I will still say this the same until I'm very, very old.
I like that. Like, you don't really ever stop being a student, you know?
Exactly, especially if you sneak into MIT talks. You're not even allowed to be at. But there was one great part. Oh, I forgot almost. She was talking about the thing. They were originally going to do a test of one of these balloons tomorrow at MIT, but I guess it's going to be rainy, so she's calling that off. But they did do a test some time ago, but I guess it went awry. Like she told the security personnel that it was only going to go 2 stories high, but it was windy and like was lifting more than they thought it would. So this was just like a balloon they had on cables. Like, I guess they have sent people up to actually, like, hover on these balloons a little bit with, like, cables to pull them back down. This was just a balloon they had on cables, but it went way too high, and they sort of, like, started losing control of the thing. And I guess she was worried about the balloon floating over towards Logan Airport, because you can't have anything like that within 5 miles of the airport. Like, I'm not really sure what happens if you're... probably the authorities get pretty angry at you.
Yeah, they'll
just,
fine
like,
you.
drift a giant balloon into their airspace, I would assume. So then they tried to pull it down when they weren't sure if, like, the cables were strong enough. And they did manage to pull it down, but one of the cables broke.
No shit.
And yeah, she was like telling us this funny story. One of the cables broke, and I guess it like hit a guy in the chest. And she brought him to the hospital. With the hospital, or it was like a hospital over at MIT where they, I don't know, there was a doctor's office over there or something where they didn't do like very. I don't know. They couldn't like actually do a checkup on this guy. But they said, like, well, we're pretty sure it's just superficial. But if anything happens, go to Mass General or something. But then I guess she just like lost track of the guy. She said she called the cops and like told them about it because she wanted to make sure she wouldn't like, I don't know, be liable for this or like lose her job over it or something. But she lost contact with the guy who actually got hit by the cable, who apparently was Argentinian. And so the cops told her, like, well, if you don't know her name, then we don't care. It doesn't matter. Which is, I don't know, it's just kind of funny to imagine this. And she was like kind of an old, she seemed like she could be somebody's grandma or something, you know? So, yeah. Someday we'll get there.
Yeah, that guy's a trooper for just taking a cable to the chest.
For just being like a tourist and just getting hit by a cable.
Oh, he wasn't part of the experiment?
No, he was just a guy, like a visitor to MIT who was passing through, I guess.
That's even funnier.
Yeah. Oh, here's one other oh, this is a video of a solar balloon in Colombia. But this one looks like a dragon. It says air heated by the sun allows the balloons to rise. It was the 11th International Solar Balloon Festival. Oh my God, Tom Tipton has just walked into the studio. This is unexpected. Tom, do you want to get on a mic? And Exo is here. Exo, the giant dog from the Out of the Blue Gallery.
Exo just made a
He's sitting here talking about solar balloons. And what number mic is that, Herb?
Yo, look.
All right then, that would be this one. Hello, Tom. Oh, that's not that one. No,
6.
This one? No,
6.
Not that one. How about this one?
Unmute it on top.
On the top. Okay, we gotta press that button. All right, here we go.
So
there we go.
How's it going?
There
Tom?
we go. Hey, it's
what's
going
happening?
okay.
How are you doing?
Exo and I just stopped by here to say hi. Exo would like to announce that he has updated his profile page with a couple of new pictures and is inviting people to like his page. XO the dog. The dog as one word on Facebook. XO the dog. And he says that if anybody has any pictures they might have and they would like to upload them to his page, that's fine. And there you have it, you know.
If you have not ever seen Exo the dog in the past, you should definitely see him. He's a big, happy, fluffy, delightful dog who mostly doesn't care about you unless you have a sandwich. But he does have a Facebook page now, and I'm glad that he told Tom to announce it here in the video.
It's sort of languaged in the backwaters of Facebook, and I don't know. I got inspired to unbackwater it, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good to have it out there. So how's everything going, Tom? How's, it's
I have no idea.
Got a page.
It's going.
Right. The mystery continues. And if you do want to see Exo the dog, you can stop by the Out of the Blue Gallery in Central Square.
541 Central. I mean, Mass Ave. Oh, I messed that one up.
That's right.
541 Mass Ave.
Sometimes host of the Out of the Blue open mic on Thursday nights, but maybe not anymore.
Not anymore.
Because it was apparently shut down.
No, the Dibbles shut down the open mic there on the sidewalk.
Nope, yeah. That's not happening no more.
You never know. Maybe it'll return. Maybe. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah. And more to add to the mystery.
Yep.
Exo went for a bike ride today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like in a trailer or just running with a bike?
I got on the bike and herded him down the road. The only problem is he likes to stop about every 6 or 8 feet and smell something. That wasn't the point of that. The point was to lose an ounce. And, every time he lost an ounce, it'd catch up with him. So the next time we're going to bring a leash and keep him moving.
Exo doesn't look like the type of dog that likes moving a lot.
Yeah, no.
Well, you might have to put him in the front of a sled or something like that,
Yeah, right.
Is he a sled dog? Sled
technically.
Technically he is. He's just not used to it. Because he's rusty.
I could just see the look he'd give you as soon as he felt the weight, What?
Yeah.
What, sis?
But if you had if you had a sled with a big long stick in front of it with a cheeseburger, a hot dog on the end.
Oh yeah,
chasing that
would work. Goober, you want to say hi to your fans?
Exo, get on the mic. Come on over, Exo.
Come here.
Where's that hot dog when we need it?
Here, come on over here a second.
See if you, Exo, can you say a few words for us? Hear it, folks. But Exo is on the mic. There he is. I don't know. What else do we have scheduled for this show here anyway? I think, that's right. We were going to play another Randy Quaid clip or two. So, all right, let's do that. Here's one of those. This one looks.
The American male human.
This looks really weird.
Is retarded.
The American male.
This is not even on Randy Quaid's channel.
Objective is to keep that.
Randy Quaid is wearing a deer skull on his head.
And honor. Honor in war.
He's in kind of a dark room.
Honor in death.
And then it keeps cutting to Randy Quaid from another movie like 15 years ago.
On the New York Stock Exchange. The American male human will die for us. He will die for us if we keep his brain soft.
What movie is this? Or is he making this up?
I think this is just somebody's YouTube clip. This is on a YouTube channel called Roger Norquist. And it looks really amateurish, and it's like Randy Quaid talking to Randy Quaid from what looks like a Hollywood movie. Like, that's Randy Quaid in what looks like was something that was shot on a phone, maybe. And then it cuts to a different shot of Randy Quaid from something else, like a movie that I don't know what it is.
You, Quaid, are a certain fool syringe used to inject a certain tranquilizer into the minds of the American male human.
That's exactly what I think Randy Quaid is.
You, Quaid, sell beer, bait, and ammo.
Beer, bait.
The tax on beer, bait, and ammo funds recruiting franchises which support human war. You can't live in nature. If you live in nature, you don't have a phone. If you don't have a phone, we can't buy it. Do you understand the problem you are causing us, Quaid?
Wow, he looks...
Hey, Quaid. You remember Total Recall?
Yeah.
Quaid.
With Quaid, the Arnold Schwarzenegger's character.
Yeah.
I know, what the hell was that? Oh, man. It's like Randy Quaid is just a box of mysteries, you know?
Hey,
Tom.
tomorrow afternoon after 1 o'clock, we're going to have a magician. Joshua, the traveling magician.
Excellent.
I don't know exactly what time, though. I just texted him and told him that. So, but yeah, tomorrow afternoon, there's going to be a fun magician hanging around the gallery for your enjoyment and entertainment.
Very cool. Did you just book this right now?
Yeah.
Awesome. So sometime tomorrow afternoon, after 1 p.m., go to 541 Mass Ave, Massachusetts Avenue in Cambridge, 02139, and you will see a fun magician.
Yeah.
And if you stay there long enough, you'll probably see some fun musicians.
Yeah.
At, 8 o'clock or something. Cool.
Musicians and magicians.
It's the name of the game.
And mathematicians.
All right, let's see what Randy Quaid and his wife are talking about here. What's this Randy Quaid talking about?
So I have two stories to tell that I think will discredit. One, Robert De Niro. Two, Hillary Clinton's
Why do you
camp.
want to discredit it?
Because I
Why
think
don't you just say it? Say the story and let the words speak for themselves. You don't have to say, I am here to discredit Robert De Niro.
Okay.
Don't say that.
So I have a story. When Randy was in Montreal working on a film, and we had dinner with Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro convinced us that we should look at property in upstate New York. He spent most of the night really selling us on buying property in upstate New York. And he then gave me the phone number of his realtor in front of Randy. And it was just three of us plus one other for dinner. This is after he, in fact, tells us his story that Marlon Brando refused to come out of the trailer for the director, Frank Oz, and called the director Miss Piggy all night. So the only relevance in that is that Marlon Brando's calling Frank Oz Miss Piggy on the set, and Robert De Niro gives me this phone number supposedly of a realtor, and the next day I call it to possibly call the realtor, and it's Robert De Niro's phone number, and he gave it to me in front of Randy, like he's hitting on me in front of Randy, pretending he's giving me a realtor's phone number. I just found that to be so disloyal to men, so dishonest, so two-faced, it wasn't even funny. I hung up immediately.
Goddamn Robert De Niro.
He has no problem with other men calling men Miss Piggy, okay? Because Marlon Brando apparently on the film he was on the whole time called the director Miss Piggy to his face, to the whole set. Now, my second story in that same vein about women. So we host this fundraiser for Gloria Steinem for a women's fund called Third Wave. And it's really to raise money for women, women's causes. And at the dinner table, Gloria Steinem, like as some sort of human, like autoatomic response to nothing, says to the entire dinner table, men are pigs. All men are pigs.
Dang, Gloria Steinem.
Says it to the table. And I thought, is she
stories.
joking? She's literally saying to the entire table at my fundraiser in my home that all men are pigs. And Randy is sitting at the next table. So, you know, these people are completely two-faced. Hillary Clinton and her entire clan of cronies are two-faced, and they will say anything, and they mean none of it. So, you know, if you have a husband, a son, if you're a daughter of a man, just know that these people don't like men. I mean, they don't like women, they don't like anybody. They like power and they like money, and nothing they say is true. They are total hypocrites, and they need to be punched in the face.
Ooh.
I'd like to punch Gloria Steinem in the face, Hillary Clinton in the face.
Who's Gloria Steinem?
I don't know a lot about her. She was a well-known feminist, I guess. You look her up on the Wikipedia. I don't know. But that's interesting to, like, I wonder if this stuff is true. Like, even after all this wacky stuff that Randy Quaid's been doing, like, he's still hanging out with, like, Gloria Steinem and Robert De Niro. It's kind of wild.
Well, he was a big-time Hollywood star, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, Gloria Steinem is the one who had ties to the CIA. According to Wikipedia, in May 1975, Red Stockings, a radical feminist group, published a report on the Vienna Youth Festival that Steinem and others had put together for the Independent Research Service. Though she acknowledged having worked for the CIA Finance Foundation in the late 1950s and early 1960s in interviews given to the New York Times and Washington Post in 1967, in the wake of the Ramparts magazine CIA exposures, nearly 2 years before Steinem attended her first Red Stockings feminist meeting, Steinem in 1975 denied any continuing involvement. Huh. She was working for the CIA. It's all connected. Randy Quaid, Steinem, the CIA. What does it mean?
He knows.
I guess.
He knows, man.
Maybe Randy Quaid is the only one who knows. I don't know. I don't know. Randy Quaid might.
Was he just complaining about how, like, if you don't have a phone, they can't track you?
Something like that. That was I'm gonna have to watch that one again. That was a very abstract Randy Quaid video. I don't even know what to make of that one.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid. What a character.
It can't be that hard to get him
To get him on our show?
Yeah. We can make that happen, right? Just send out a couple emails.
Maybe. I don't know. I wonder how you contact him. You could send him a message through his YouTube page.
Yeah.
He might respond. He might not. What if I search on the internet, contact Randy Quaid? Although I think Rod Weber was saying that he's been trying to get a hold of Randy Quaid. Oh, he's on Twitter. The Randy Quaid on Twitter.
I don't know, man. It might be a fake page.
Yeah, I guess it could be.
Think about it.
Here it says, Randy New Year. The truth will come out in 2017. I'm talking to you, my friend, in quotes. It's me. It's always been me.
Oh, wow.
And then it looks like a photograph of like a pipe with some dirty water in it or a bucket or something.
Well, thank God we're in 2017 right now.
And then it's another Randy Quaid tweet. Did you know, and this is back in February of 2016, did you know that when doctors remove a kidney stone, they stick a laser gun up your wiener and blast it out? Not sure if that's true. Could be.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
They put a laser gun up your
urethra.
My God.
Yeah.
Medical science.
Yeah, man.
What a thing.
That totally happens.
This is I like this Rand. This is a nice Randy Quaid tweet. It says, "You know what I hate? Umbrellas."
Is that it?
That's it. He hates umbrellas. Another one that says, "Putting food in your gut hole. When it comes down to it, that's what it's all about." Words of wisdom. Maybe.
I like putting food in my gut hole.
Some kind. Randy Quaid words.
Turn camera. 102, take one. With over that, action please.
So, to set up what we're about to listen to.
Just do anything?
Or, well, let's hold this for a second. What we're already listening to. This is those are some sounds that I'm not trying to play right now. The computer system has grown beyond my control.
Is the map fucked right now?
The map is fucked. I don't know where this is coming from. Oh, I see. Now I understand. You just fucked the map, Tom. Tom, what's going on there? It's the newest find on the Facebook. Classic tune there. Classic tune.
Yeah, apparently that's The Who in a studio doing Barbara Ann in 77.
The Who.
Nice.
Oh, I'm going to try the microphone. Apparently that was The Who doing Barbara Ann in the studio in 77.
An old classic. So anyway, this clip right here is we got Orson Welles here.
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles, when he was old, signed up apparently to do a commercial for Paul Masson wine.
Yep.
And he showed up drunk to the set to do that. Tom, can you turn the volume down on that Barbara Ann just a touch there? Thanks, Tom. All right, yeah, we just. Wait.
That's
there he is.
French
The term neo-Nazi gets thrown around a lot.
Just do anything?
No, sorry, cut. Yeah, rolling. 102, take 2.
The French champagne
The French.
has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
102, take 3. Action, please.
The French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
Are you sure he's drunk?
I mean, I think so. He's on something.
The bottle, and
he
like
seems
the
pretty
best
drunk.
French champagne.
I mean, maybe does it not come through? Like, does he not sound drunk when you can just listen? Or
Yeah, I'm just listening. I mean, maybe. Maybe I just don't recognize drunk people talking.
Excellence.
Yeah, I think it's just like a very. Because Orson Welles, I mean, he's like a very articulate guy, but maybe, yeah, this is just what he's like when he's drunk. That gives it away right there.
102, take 2.
The French.
The French.
The French.
You can hear it there.
Champagne.
Yeah, you can totally hear it.
Has always been celebrated for its excellence.
The funny thing about Paul Masson wine is, like, I never see it, but I think I did see like an leftover Paul Masson wine bottle at a bus stop once. So I don't know if that was celebrated for its excellence or not. But
clearly it is.
I mean, I guess it was, because whoever had it drank it and left it at the bus stop.
If Unicron likes it, man.
That's right. Yeah, Orson Welles was. I've never seen that Transformers movie.
Oh, it's so good.
So who is Unicron in Transformers?
He is Primus opposite. So he's like a planet-sized transformer that goes around eating other planets, and like one of the most evil beings in the Transformer universe.
Wow. And you've been watching a lot of Gundam lately, right?
So much Gundam.
So, all right. So, if somebody's never seen Gundam before, what would you tell them about it?
I would tell them that Gundam is an essential part to the development of humankind, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it is. It's just this. Gundam is what got us to this point in history, dude. Ever since 1979, Gundam has been guiding the hand of humanity and leading it towards the future, where we'll be able to colonize space and become the first galactic empire.
That gives me hope for the future.
Oh, totally, dude. Because of Gundam, we're gonna get Balloon City and Ship City.
You heard it here, people. If you want to live, do you want to live in a balloon city? I know I do. Tom, do you want to live in a balloon city? Well, if you want to live in a balloon city, Gundam. Balloons.
Main core of the franchise. So the spin-off mangas, novels, video games, parodies.
I know this video.
Yeah, this is like a 17-minute history of Gundam, which is very complicated. Even these 7, I mean, I've never seen Gundam really. I saw one episode of Gundam
it's the
that I
story
watched
of a
with
young
Tyrone
man
Jones from the Tyrone Zone
who
with
becomes
Tyrone Jones.
entangled in the one-year war between Zeon, a rebellious faction of space colonies,
but there's like there's a whole
system known
saga
as the Earth Federation. Mobile
of
Suit Gundam
information.
broke new.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of 1979, dude. It's like someone who's never seen Star Trek asking about Star Trek.
Yeah, it's almost 40 years old.
Many tropes that would be replicated numerous times in future installments.
So imagine that, dude.
The reluctant young boy who becomes an ace pilot through his obscenely powerful Gundam.
Yeah.
Children and teens becoming participants of war. Enemy mobile suits that always feature one eye.
Well.
And the masked rival who pilots a red mobile suit.
I love Gundam, dude. This is so cool, dude. It's just so cool.
Gundam, I personally recommend the classic series.
You know what they say about all media that takes place in the future?
Yeah, what do they say about that?
It's every story you ever read or watch that's about the future is a social commentary on today,
on the present.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Fascist task force to
That's awesome.
the space colonies in search of the Zeon remnants.
Yeah,
Their
stories about the future that they definitely reflect the moments that we're in.
Union group, where another young teenager named Camille Bedell.
I mean, one good thing to say about Gundam, if people know nothing about Gundam, is you know, those robots and Transformers. Well, the robots that combine together into other robots, well, those were around before Transformers because they were in Gundam. Did anyone do it before Gundam, or was Gundam the first?
No, well, Gundam is like the mark where like Alright, so before Gundam there were like giant robot animes, dude, but they were like more of like the series, like the they're called super robot like genre. Yeah, where, like these robots will fight like kaiju style battles, and like they were kind of goofy and a thing. And then when Gundam came around, it was epic war drama. Yeah, where like the giant robots were nothing but weapons. You know, the drama revolved around the people involved in this like futuristic war that was taking place, dude. So like so it became a whole genre of its own, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So Gundam was the founder of a genre, basically.
Yeah, it took the giant robot thing and it took it in a different direction, dude. The first series wasn't popular at all, dude. It actually was canceled.
Oh, really? So it just like went under the radar for a while.
Yep. And then
what happened?
It gained a cult following and it was brought back and given it a proper ending, and then just kept going from there.
And now it's still going 38 years later or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
A large portion of the Earth's population in order to free the space.
That is very cool.
The grip of the Earth Federation.
Well,
of course.
I don't know. Do you guys have any more announcements to make, or should we? I guess I want to announce that it's no longer Friday the 13th. It's now Saturday the 14th.
We made it.
Saturday the 14th. We made it through. We didn't see any kind of witches.
It's too early for that
video. You know, we did hopefully start an artistic endeavor by starting the Friday the 13th episode of Steve Me Alone. You know, Providence moved too. We committed ourselves to this episode, and Providence moved too. So I'm proud of us. Providence moved, and Tom Tipton showed up with EXO.
Was Providence moved?
Oh, well, at the beginning I was, the quote I was reading from the guy from the Himalayan expedition. He's saying that, like, the moment one definitely commits oneself, then Providence moves too.
No.
Like, well, what does Providence mean? Like destiny, basically?
Television series made to celebrate the
kind of makes the name of the city Providence a little bit cooler.
That does, actually does.
13 episodes they had written and condensed them into a single film.
Yeah.
30 years after the events of Char's counterattack,
Providence.
a new threat to the space colony emerges in the form of the crossbones.
Providence is not destiny. It means the prudent care and management of resources.
The fate of the colonies lies in the hands of Seabook Arno.
So, like, your management of resources just comes together the moment you make a move.
Despite plans to continue F91 with a sequel,
That sounds like Providence to me.
was never developed, and the story was instead expanded upon through the
Well, WEMF listeners, you too will find your Providence, I think.
Considered by many to be the darkest series.
Just remember
its tone and
to start something and
30 years later,
commit to it. You can start by committing to listening to Social Conditioning tomorrow morning.
11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Right here.
Right here on WMF Radio.
Woo!
And don't forget to listen to the after show about 12 hours later.
Yeah.
Around 11 p.m.
The wrap-up show.
And the wrap-up show, that's right. And don't forget to listen to the Tyrone Jones Show, which is called The Tyrone Zone with Tyrone Jones.
Come soon.
And Killing Me With Kindness. And The Maddie Show. And the Jarvatown Radio Cure. And Exo's Happy Dog Radio Hour. Tom Tipton.
Control of his beloved creations was taken away from him.
Well, I guess that's about it for tonight. It's been really lovely spending time with all of you here on WMF Radio. Let's finish this show with a nice soundscape. Got any final words, Herb?
Love, live life. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Good night.
I see no evidence here of a magical metal plate called calcum. Look here, concealed in the base is a small shiny piece. Look, it glitters like fire, exactly as Plato described. My guess, we found the treasure. I never guessed. We must catch.
And scenes like fish swimming or whatever the fuck, so you're kind of looking everywhere. Like this shit's taking all your biometrics information and sending it somewhere else, so that if you get to the end of the tunnel and you're okay, they let you go, and if not, you've been flagged, then
radioactivity. And those smart American scientists know nothing.
security.
Oh, that gives me an idea.
Yeah, future.
Inside the statue's open mouth.
Hey, we have a new artist. Came in 2 days ago.
Saw that?
Maybe 3 days ago, 2 days ago.
Truck powered by diesel.
I had to call her yesterday. She left for she paid yesterday. Mr. Wallace, she paid
Use your imagination, Carter. Think like the American.
last night because Peter found her wallet in front of the desk there. I didn't know that Peter. What was this? There had a bunch of money in it and shit. And so today, when that people you may know from Facebook,
So why are you dragging me in here?
What? Coincidence?
Plato's Lost Dialogue should be here somewhere.
What are the odds that this random person fucking shows up as people I know? We only have a couple of people and a couple of friends in common. And they're ones that I know or, Facebook friends.
Scary.
I can't remember if I actually
I'll meet you in your
No. The only thing that happened was I called her fucking phone. And the next day, she's there.
It says
somebody I might want to know.
Woodstock typewriter with floating.
So I sent her a friend came. What the hell? But I mean, what are the fucking odds?
The 39 steps.
I think the odds are pretty fucking high unless there's an algorithm that bags your phone number.
It says,
you know what I mean?
A&E slide rule, Fada Radio.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was very deliberate on Facebook's part. That wasn't just random.
37 Ford Coupe, like new, $300.
Yeah, we can.
It says, for sale, Woodstock typewriter with floating carriage, $50.
And the show's all over?